Hey, what's good YouTube? Welcome to another video, and today we are gonna be ranking top 3 rubies for each position. I think this topic is gonna be relevant for for the rest of the season, because you pretty much always need rubies in limited, and every single week they do add some random additional requirement, but usually most of your team consists of rubies. And I know some people like to run just 5 guys, some people run 10 guys, and that's why I did top 3 in every position. And well, there's just people with different preferences. Some people like height cheese, some people like dribbles or whatever. So I mean, different strokes, you know. So before we begin, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if you're new here, check out the new Discord in the description below. Go ahead and log in. Let's make a great Discord together. Just want to create a super amazing friendly community which isn't toxic, and yeah, just go ahead and join. Feel free to do that. But now let's get into the video. And just before we begin, I just want to say that this is one day before Season 5 starts, and if you're not seeing some new rubies that just got into the game, and if you're watching this later, this is the reason why. So yeah, I'm just working with what we have currently. And starting with a point guard in a third place, at least to me personally, I think that Markelle Fultz still holds his value. He is pretty old at this point, but his stats are amazing. He has that 91 3-pointer, really good defensive stats, 36 gold badges and hot zones everywhere. As you can see, he has badges pretty much in every single category, and he can just work on defense. He can still get some stops. Of course, not the best defender in the game for sure, but he can do his thing, and he has quite okay tendencies. I want to say he has nice finishing tendencies, but his defense tendencies, well, they're lacking a bit, but they're ruby cards, so just keep that in mind. And his dribbles are not the best, but he has that curry release, which makes him really good. And moving on to the second position in point guard, I think it is Isaac Bonga. So as I mentioned before, different people have different values, and they prefer to play differently, and Bonga is just that player, that point guard that you can cheese with. And I think that he's not the best point guard anymore. You'll see who I have in the first place, but he still has that nice 3-point rating, has nice drive and dunk, and really good defense. So this is why I think he is one of the top ruby point guards at the moment, and has badges everywhere, and has 38 gold badges. He is lacking 2 hot zones though, which is a really big minus when you're playing in on current gen, and his tendencies are really good, especially finishing tendencies. He has some decent defense tendencies, and his jump shot is just not the best. Definitely not the best. They gave him like a big man's jump shot. Well, he's a big guy. He's 6'8", but you're running him at point guard, so you get what I mean. But he does have that curry slide and really nice dunk animations. He has Showtime and Showtime dunks, so he is just really good to play that ISO 5 out or just 4 out 1 in type of offense, if you want to do that. But for me personally, the best point guard at the moment is Smush Parker. I think it's Smush. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, he's just freshly released, and personally, I think you don't wanna evo him just because, he stays ruby, and you can run him while playing limited, because if you evo him, unless they do something very different with limited next season, in that case, of course, go ahead and do that. It's really easy to do it. You can do it in one game. But yeah, if limited stays the same, I would advise you to keep him on ruby, and he has 46 gold badges. 46 for a ruby, that's amazing. And he does lack 2 hot zones, but well, when you're playing offense through point guard, he usually doesn't need those corner hot zones, and only really needs the 3 at the top. And he has 85 3-pointer, really nice driving down, really nice finishing, amazing defense, and he's super fast with 94 speed, 94 acceleration, and 94 speed with ball. So he can really run, and he has a lot of defensive badges, which helps him as well. And looking at tendencies, has those nice driving dunk and flashy dunk tendencies. On ball steal is 90, so really good defense tendencies. Like even if you play off ball, he will get a lot of pokes. He doesn't have that showtime, which is a minus, and I think you get him when you evo him. Yeah, so it is a minus on current gen, but well, if you don't evo him, but he does have an amazing gem shot, which is Treyberg's gem shot. He has the curry slide, and you can just, it's perfect for dribble heads, it's perfect for good defense, it's perfect for a guy who like to 3-hunt and shoot a lot, so really an amazing card. Now moving on to shooting guards, in a third position I think is Lu Dort, and shooting guards was one of those positions where I think Rubies are lacking, and you will see that, and I think, well, it's just a weaker position than a few others, and of someone like Lu Dort, he's still pretty good, but I wouldn't run him in limited anymore. Well, but that's just my preference. Anyway, I play on next gen, by the way, so that plays a part in this too. But yeah, so he does have 4 out of 5 hot zones, has 23 gold badges, has really amazing 6'8" wingspan, and 87 3-pointer, nice dunking, nice athleticism. He's pretty fast, and he has really good defense stats. His biggest minus is that he doesn't have any playmaking badges, and I mean, you cannot run him on point guard. Well, he's a shooting guard anyway, you wouldn't be able to do that, and he's 6'3", so that's pretty small for a shooting guard. His tendencies are pretty good. He has nice 85 driving dunk and 80 flashing dunk, and 85, 85, 80 for defense, so that's pretty good. So you will be able to clamp quite a lot of people with him. Apart from that, has that jump shot 107, which is weird for me. I don't really like him. It's on normal as well, so it's not the fastest one, and he doesn't have any pro dribble moves, so I mean, that's why it's in third position, because like anyone below him are like really bad. And moving on to the second place in a shooting guard, I think it's Gary Harris. I really like this card. He's like a really good overall kind of player. He has a few badges like in every single category. He has 28 in total. He does miss that one hot zone from a wing, and one from the top of the key. Also, that does hurt him a lot in current gen, but on next gen, well, they just don't matter that much, especially since he has 89 3-point stat and quite a lot of badges, and he is definitely way better on next gen than current gen. So I guess that's why I kind of put him in front of Lu Dort. And if you're playing strictly on current gen, maybe Lu Dort would be a bit better for you. So yeah, he is 6'4", so a bit taller than Dort, and he does have 80 driving dunk, and his defense tendencies are not that good. Although his jump shot is the same as Terrence Ross has, and same as Tobias Harris and Gerald Green, especially Isaac. So like, for me, it just works. It's just really nice. It's really smooth, and I really like it. And he just scores pretty much everything that he shoots. So that's why I put him in a second position. And in a number 1 place for me, and I think it's just like not even a competition in a shooting guard, is Kobe, the last Kobe that we got, that Ruby Kobe, who just plays like his pink diamond card. He has 46 gold badges. His definitely the biggest minus is that he doesn't have hot zones from where he needs them the most, but well, he's just an amazing card. 46 gold badges on a Ruby card, that's a lot. 86 3-pointer, really nice speed, acceleration, and speed with ball, and really good defense stats. Badges pretty much everywhere. And for tendencies, 100 driving dunk, 100 flashy dunk tendency. Not that good defense tendencies, but they are okay. And he has Kobe's release. Of course, Kobe has Kobe's release, but I think this is one of the best releases in the whole game, and he has okay, well, not the best dribble moves, but okay dribble moves. So I think like he's just an amazing card. Moving on now to small forwards. Small forwards were a bit more difficult to get top 3, and in third place I have Brian Russell. For me, he's pretty good, but not the best, and I know a lot of people like him. Well, he does have a really good defensive stats, but he lacks that playmaking, although he does have quick first step, which probably is the most, like, it matters the most for a small forward. But yeah, so he has 93 3-pointers, so he can hit pretty much everything, especially with this amount of badges, has that gold range. And for tendencies, they're okay. His defense tendencies are really good, so if you play him, he could be your on-ball defender really, well, he would do that really well. His jump shot is same as Scottie Pippen, and I do like it. It's pretty good, not the best, but it is pretty good. It's on quick, which is really nice. Again, dribble moves not the best, but he's well, we're moving up to small forwards and power forwards now, so don't expect dribble moves to be the best, especially for Ruby cards. And he does have all of those Showtime dunks, and oh no, he doesn't get a Showtime badge, so I guess he doesn't get them at all. So I guess those dunks don't really matter, but well, they're just a nice sight to see anyway. Moving on to the second place is Jonathan Isaac. This is a bit subjective, but even though he doesn't look that good on paper, with only 16 badges, and he's missing one of most important hot zones for a guy who's playing small forward or power forward, so that left corner. His 3-pointer is only 84, and he doesn't have any finishing badges and no playmaking badges pretty much. But he's just so good. He plays so differently. His body type is just so different from everyone else. And like, even though he's missing quite a lot of badges, like, he plays for me like he's at least a diamond, at least, and it just works so good. I don't know why, but there's just something about this card. And looking at the stats, he has 84 3-pointer, as I mentioned before, 85 drive and dunk, 83 speed, 84 acceleration for a guy who's 6'11", that's amazing. Has really nice defense stats all around, and quite a lot of, well, not quite a lot, pretty much every single defensive badge you need. Looking at tendencies, nice finishing tendencies, and really good defense tendencies as well. Again, that jump shot 70 that I just talked about before, and no really good dribble moves, but that jump shot, you don't really need them with him, because you can just go straight pretty much through every defender. It's like the same kind of effect like you get with Giannis, where you can just go straight through, or LeBron, where you can just go straight through the defenders, and it's like nothing can stop him. So yeah, I still value this card really much, and he still finds a place in my limited squad. But the player number 1 for a small forward, I think it's Corey Brewer. He is just so good. Like, he hits every single 3-pointer that I take. He has a lot of defensive badges, so he can clamp everyone, and he's just very good. Like, his jump shot is super comfortable to use. He has that jump shot 18. I know that, like, if you tried shooting with Manu, like, it just doesn't work, but his upper release makes it way better. And I don't know, like, for me personally, it's super easy to shoot with him. And he's 6'9", even though his wingspan is pretty small, but 33 gold badges and really nice tendencies all around. So that would be my first pick for small forward. But honestly, all 3 of these guys could be running in your starting lineup as a small forward. So it's really a close case between all three of them, so just a personal preference, I'd say. Moving on to power forward, we have Ruby Ryan Anderson. And power forward is another position where it's just, I mean, the difference between a third and a second place is so huge that I personally, I would never run Ryan Anderson. He's a cone that can shoot really well. He has honestly, pretty much every single shooting badge that you could ever possibly need. He cannot defend to save his life. He's slow, and his defense stats and finishing stats are pretty bad. So he's really just a cone that you can use and abuse in a pick and pop kind of situation. His tendencies, again, well, definitely not the best, but he has that Kobe release, and well, no, it's not a release. Why is it only showing? I don't know why is it only showing lower base. Well, anyway, I think it's Kobe release anyway. So yeah, he does have that nice release, so you can hit pretty much every shot with him, and as long as you can use it and abuse it, go ahead and do that. But even the person who is in the second place, and let's just move on to him, it's Ersan Ilyasova, and he's way better than well, he's just like a lot. If you would take the same Ryan Anderson and upgrade him a lot, you would get the same Ersan Ilyasova, who's well, 6'9" and has 28 gold badges, hot spots from everywhere, and shooting badges. Like, again, I think it's not exactly the same, but almost exactly the same shooting badges as Ryan Anderson. Pretty bad inside scoring, but way better defense than Ryan Anderson had, and he's faster, so he's just a way better version of him. And tendencies, well, they're okay. They're not the best, but they're okay. And for animations, he has that Paul Pierce release, and it could be iffy sometimes. It's not as good as Ryan Anderson's, but once you get used to it, it's not that hard to make it. And first place, fresh new Kyle Anderson, fresh new power forward. That's what I wanted to say. 42 badges, missing 2 of the hot zones, but usually you will be shooting with him from the corner, so those 2 don't really matter that much. He has badges everywhere. He's just so far above other 2 mentioned power forwards. Like, the difference in the top 3 is so big. But yeah, this is the only guy that you would ever need in a power forward running in limited. So amazing stats all around. He's fast, he can defend, he can shoot, he can finish, he can even play make, and can do whatever you want him to do. Amazing tendencies all around. He has that Brook Lopez release, which is pretty good. I think I haven't missed a shot. I only played 1 weekend of limited with him, but I don't think I missed a shot with him. And he has pro dribble moves, so that's so much better than any other possible power forward who's Ruby in a game right now. And moving on to center position, place number 3, it will be Andrea Bernani. For me, he's still usable. I don't think I would use him anymore, especially because we have two other guys above him. But he just carried me through so much for such a long time, and this is season 2 card, season 2 tip off. So he was released like in October, I think, and so long time ago. But he still kind of holds his value because he can still shoot, he can score from inside. He's pretty slow, but that's one of his biggest minuses, and he still has a few defensive badges. So I'm pretty sure there's quite a few Andrea Bernanis who are badged out. They're still in the auction house. People used to badge him out when he came out because he was really good card, and if you upgrade these 12 silver badges, and if you find a Bernani with these silver badges upgraded to gold, he would have 27 or even 31 gold badge, and for a guy who was released such a long time ago, that's just insane. And looking at tendencies, he doesn't really finish that well, from under the rim that much and that well, but for me on next gen it works. I don't know why. Like even though his tendencies are pretty low, he still finishes with dunks most of the time, and his defense tendencies are okay. They're not the worst, they're not the best, they're like somewhere right in the middle. And Amare Stoudemire, lower base, normal. I don't know, it works for me, and he has all the dunk animations. I think yeah, he doesn't have Showtime, so anyway, he does get those animations, and they just bail you out from time to time. Now moving on to the second place is Thonmaker. So Thonmaker, well, a lot of people really like him. He can shoot, he's super tall, he's 7 foot with a 7'3" wingspan, and yeah, he has nice stats all over the place. He's pretty slow, but I mean, he's 7 foot, so 75 is still way better than I think it was 66 for Bernani. And he has an okay defense stats, but when he puts his hands up with 7'3" wingspan, you can stop pretty much anyone and just cheese with Thonmaker. And yeah, a really good player to cheese again with height. Has a pretty good inside finishing tendencies, not that good defense tendencies, but he's still, I would still place him above Andrea Bernani. For gem shot, he has that 47, so same as Joel Embiid for those who use him, and it's okay. It's definitely usable. It's pretty quick, pretty hard to, well, it's not the easiest, definitely not the easiest to shoot with him, but you can definitely still make 3-pointers with him. And I think the first place in Ruby category for centers is just like, it's no debate. These second and third guys are just so much worse than this Mo Bamba. Mo Bamba is insanely good compared to those two, and has 31 gold badges, hot zones from 4 out of 5 places, and he just, like, he carried me through pretty much every single of my limited game. His stats are really good, 88 speed, 88 acceleration badges, pretty much in every single category. The only badge that he's missing for me personally is quick first step, but apart from that, he's super good. And looking at tendencies, really nice finishing tendencies, and quite good defense tendencies. That gem shot 109, it's pretty iffy. You need to get used to it, but once you do, it's really good gem shot to use. It's not super hard or anything like that, and has all those nice dunk animations. So for me personally, if I had to put a starting 5 for a limited, for me it's Smush Parker for a point guard, Kobe, definitely Kobe for shooting guard. I would use Brewer for small forward, Kyle Anderson for power forward, and Mo Bamba for center. So for those who run just 5 guys, this is probably the best starting 5 to run with. And for those who still use their bench, personally I would go with Isaac Bonga on point guard, Brian Russell for shooting guard, Jonathan Isaac for small forward, Ilyasova for power forward, and Andrea Bernani for center. I know that I rank him below Thonmaker, but he's just my personal preference, and that is a subjective thing. And well, you know, I'm sure you have some of your players who might be a bit worse than some others, but you still run them just because you like them so much. This will be it for today. These are definitely the best players, the best cards to use in my opinion. Let me know in the comments below if I missed anyone, if you think that someone doesn't deserve to be here, and I missed someone who does deserve to be here. Let me know what kind of lineups you are running, because I would be really interested to know. And well, anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'm out. Peace.